Live from the friendly confines of our kitchen, this is Wine and Marriage. This is the show where we get to drink some wine and chat about how we've lasted 23 years of an amazing marriage. Stick around for some stories, some laughs, and some ideas on how to live your best life.
The rent's unpaid, dear. We haven't a car. But anyway, dear, we'll stay as we are. Even if we owe the grocer, though we have...
Hello, welcome to Wine and Marriage.
Oh, there it is again!
I started the music over again. Just kidding. Welcome to Wine and Marriage with my sausage fingers, apparently. And hi, my name's Fred. This is...
I'm Melissa.
Melissa.
I'm Fred's wife.
Hi, Melissa, Fred's
His
wife.
better half.
Yes, my way better half. This is my good half. That's my better half.
Aww.
There we go. So we are coming at you live in our kitchen, like you said off the top.
Mm-hmm.
This is Wine and Marriage. We are on the internet.
We are on the intraweb.
The interweb.
The www, the World Wide Web.
That's right. And one exciting thing we're doing this evening, this is our very first YouTube show as well.
Ooh, I hope. We'll see how it goes. We're recording, so hopefully.
Yeah,
Okay.
Of course we're recording.
We're recording to video. So let's, fingers crossed, hope that it works.
Well, the red button's on. I can
is.
see ourselves.
And you know what?
We're doing
I had
okay.
to
All these
put
bright
on,
lights.
I had to put on makeup for this. I worked from home today, and when I work from home, I do not put on makeup. And then I went, Oh shit, we're doing our first YouTube video tonight. I better go put on some makeup. So
Right. But
here
apparently,
I am, world.
apparently, all of the cool kids are listening to their podcasts on YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's cool. So we're joining in.
I don't get it, but you know what? Who cares?
You know, our kids, when they were younger, they used to watch, and I've talked to other people, their kids watch other kids playing video games.
When they were younger, I'm pretty sure they still do that.
They still do that.
I'm pretty sure they do.
It's bizarre. Is that bizarre?
It is.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure everybody else in the YouTube land is like, yep.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I've done it.
Hey, let's jump on the bandwagon.
That's right.
As they say.
I'm not going to play any video games, so you can't watch me. But we are going to drink some wine, so you can watch me do that.
We are. And look when I wear lip gloss, because we're on camera now, it messes up my wine glass. Look I've got yucky, smudgy lip gloss on my wine glass. It's whip gloss on my wine glass.
Hey, where can people find us?
Well, if you're so inclined to use Twitter, then you can go to @wineandmarriage.
Yes.
Or if you use the email, it is wineandmarriage@gmail.com.
Right.
What about Instagram?
We also have Instagram. That's Wine and Marriage Show.
Yeah.
Show.
You know what?
Wine and Marriage Show.
I need to make a belated New Year's revolution,
Okay.
as we're calling them.
Yes.
Because I have not been very good with the Insta lately. The gram. Is it the Insta or the gram? Which one is it?
It's Instagram, because if you say either, you sound like...
Whatever.
You sound like you're trying to be cool.
I know. Well, I am trying to be cool, to be honest. Anyways, I've not been very good with the Instagram posts. I've been very silent on that. I need to get better on that. I feel like I need some time to invest in it, and I don't have a lot of time. But that's just an excuse.
It's a total excuse.
So I am making a belated New Year's revolution. Tucker, stop ringing the damn bell.
Oh, we've trained our dog to ring the bell if ever he wants to go outside, and he just wants to go outside all the time now.
Yeah, and now so he's emphatically standing at the door, ringing the bell, and then staring at us like, hello, could you please let me outside?
It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, you have to wait.
Sorry.
You have to wait, buddy. You should see the look on his face.
He's not impressed.
And then Facebook finally. So Instagram is Wine and Marriage, and then Facebook finally. Oh, sorry, Wine and Marriage Show.
That's right. Both Wine and Marriage Show on Instagram and Facebook.
And Facebook, yes, Wine and Marriage Show.
If you would like to subscribe on your podcast app of choice, there's Spotify, there's iTunes, Spreaker, all of those places. Please do so, and we'd love to hear a review from you as well. I've only found one review so far, and I forgot to print it off, but
I think that's from our super fan.
It's our super fan.
Super fan. We'll get to her later.
That's right. And thank you for that. It was a 5-star review. So,
I know. It's
hey,
awesome.
5-star reviews help us out, help get us out in the podcast world as well. If you like this on the YouTube,
yes,
hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. We'd love to do that, and obviously when you hit subscribe, then you're going to get notifications that new videos are out every time. And we usually do this once a week.
And I think that helps people find us.
Of course it does.
Yeah,
of course
people,
it does.
People need help finding us.
Yeah. So this is our kitchen, by the way.
Well, minus the wine and marriage.
Yeah, we usually don't have this up.
Sign on it. That's
kind of
that's
egotistical.
normally not there.
Yeah. So we have.
But the jungle of plants. Oops, sorry, I just hit. Hi. The jungle of plants is. Although I'm not sure you can see this in the shot, but those are all mine. I'm a little bit of a plant junkie.
It's true.
So
and
they
then we
are
have
everywhere.
our bar just behind Melissa.
Yeah,
I'm
because
a little bit of a wine junkie.
well, you are. I think we both are.
Yeah, we
honey.
both are. There you go.
Yeah. So welcome to our kitchen, everyone.
Yeah. So, by the way, and I know you can't see that listening, but
Right.
you can just imagine it with your imaginations.
What are they imagining?
What our kitchen looks like.
Oh.
Through a very brief description.
It's very posh. No, it's not.
Totally is. And if not,
Totally not.
If you'd like to listen to the podcast and then watch the podcast, that would be very exciting.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You could do that, really, because then you could see Melissa's great facial expressions.
I am not the one with the facial expressions. That is all you, honey.
Yes, it is. By the way, if you do leave a review, if you leave a message, send us in an email. We are going to do a draw next week.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us what they can win, Melissa. I sound like Bob Barker.
I know. Do the younger people know who Bob Barker is?
Probably not.
No. Okay. So we're gonna enter your name into our monthly draw, and when we do that, you could win some swag. It could be an awesome T-shirt with wine and marriage on it, or it could be a.
Drat, I forgot to bring down the props.
It could be a mug, awesome mugs, or it could even be a bottle of wine, maybe? Who knows? But all of these things, except for the wine, come from Smart Mouth X Fab Tees. They have t-shirt, mugs, socks, puzzles, great gifts for anyone at any time. You have holiday season in the notes, but I think that is a little dated. Can you take out holiday season?
No,
notes, please?
Because February is coming up.
Oh.
And that has 2 holidays in it. It has Valentine's Day.
Well, 2 holidays for Canadians.
Yeah, true. It's actually, you know what? It is the holiday season.
Valentine's
It's
Day
Chinese
and
New Year in January.
Right, Valentine's Day and Family Day in February,
Correct.
right?
Yes, in
Valentine's
Canada.
Day is not a real holiday. We'll talk about that in a future episode.
I just
but
hiccuped on the microphone. Is that bad?
I didn't hear it, so you're fine. Anyways, go over and take a peek at their wares. You can find them on Facebook. They're a great company, great owner. She's amazing, and she'll hook you up. And you could be the winner of some cool stuff from
That's right.
Smart Mouth X.
And like we said, so get that information in this week. Do your reviews, do all of those great things, and then we can still get your name in the draw for next week's draw.
Tucker, stop ringing the bell.
He's very good at it.
Oh my goodness! I rue the day that
you trained
trained
our
him
dog.
how to ring the bell to go outside. You're such a shithead.
Hey, a little
Stop it.
disclaimer, we are not marriage experts,
Clearly.
because we just yell at our dog. Well, at least we're not yelling at each other.
Right?
Can you let the dog out?
That's true. We are not yelling at each other.
We
Sometimes I think it in my head.
Right. We won't be giving out marriage advice, but rather some finely pointed storytelling.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to do?
Well, I mean, we tell you what works for us and what hasn't worked, and we
Yeah.
give some fun stories. And not every week, and then sometimes I struggle with this, but not every week is our podcast going to be like, here's what works for us or here's what doesn't work for us. Sometimes
Right.
it's just stories. It's
just
stories about
It's just stuff.
It's just stories about stuff and life and being married. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's that too.
Yeah. And obviously, if you've been married a long time, you're welcome to listen and watch our show. And if you've been married or going to get married, you can also watch our show. You're allowed.
Excuse me, but single people can listen to our show too. It doesn't matter who you are. It's all relevant because it's just life. It's
So
the
should
human.
we rename it Wine and Life?
No. It's the human experience. But you know what?
Okay.
Single people who aspire to get married one day or even be in a long-term relationship, they can listen. Anybody can listen. It's relevant. It's relevant
true.
all the way around.
It's all relly.
Okay. Okay. So, emails.
We have an email.
We do have an email. It's from our super fan.
Super fan!
I'm so excited that we have a super fan.
So right now on the YouTube channel, you'll see this like right above Melissa's head or right in between here. It'll say a little flash. Super fan.
Super fan.
Super fan.
And the reason why we're calling this person a super fan is because this person is our biggest supporter. They listen every week. They give us constant feedback, and it just happens to be my very best friend in the world, one of my very best friends in the world, my big sister Tracy. So the superfan status might be obligatory because she's my sister, but
She's still a super fan.
I don't think so. I think she truly, her and her husband Brian, who's the best brother-in-law in the world, by the way.
Brian is amazing.
Well, you know what? I can't say in the world because my other brother-in-law, Chris, is super amazing as well. How blessed am I to have two of the best brother-in-laws ever?
I've got three. I've
You've
got your brother as well.
Yeah, right. Yes, and he's amazing too. But he's my brother. He's not my brother-in-law.
Yeah,
but as
but
far
he's
as
my
brother-in-laws, yes. But as
So
far
there's
as
3 brothers-in-laws that I have.
honestly, so amazing these men.
What about my brother? Not so much. My brother, we're mad at
Okay,
my brother
moving
today.
on.
Look at the cat. She's now trying to scratch her
I don't
microphone
know
on our
what
camera.
that's about.
We have a lot of pet issues this evening. Will you
Anyways,
two cut it out?
Can I please read this email from our super fan Tracy?
I'll take care of the dogs and the cats.
We just listened to your latest podcast and immediately decided to write to let Fred know that Brian, my awesome brother-in-law, our awesome brother-in-law,
Yes.
would be extremely happy to volunteer to try the recommended Canadian whiskey with him. Well, it's a good thing because I'm sure as shit not trying it with you. Brian loves all whiskeys, including rye, Irish, Welsh, Tennessee, bourbon, Scotch, which is his preferred. So anytime, Fred, just give him a call. Also, we wanted to know if anyone clearly I can't read tonight. What is wrong with me? I even have my reading glasses on.
It's the wine.
Also, you wanted to know if anyone left any reviews on a podcast platform. Well, we did. Of course you did, because you're a super fan. On Podcast Republic. But of course, I can't remember what I wrote, except that it was good. So, Melissa, you're not the only...
It was good what she wrote. Is she like tooting her own horn there?
Yeah, she is.
Look what I wrote. It was
so good.
Actually I've read the review and it was really complimentary of what we're doing here.
It
so
was.
Thank you, Tracy.
And my sister is...
Thank you, Superfan.
She's so heartfelt and she's so honest and she's so amazing.
I think anytime you say superfan, it should be superfan, like in the
Superfan.
South Park voice. Superfan.
That's a South Park voice. What the
I would imagine it would be on South Park.
Whatever. Anyways,
I'm the biggest superfan.
Okay, honey, with all love and respect in the world, can you please shut up?
No.
Okay, so Melissa, you're not the only one who can't find the reviews. I wrote it and I still can't find it. On another note, we definitely agree that going for a walk together in any weather is good for the soul. And of course, the relationship. Good show once again. We enjoyed listening. And by the way, she said 3. I'm just going to pause here before you jump in. I had many people back me up on this to correct you on how many glasses of wine I had last week, but I want to note that they were all women. I had all women going, yeah, you were right, you said 3. And it's so what we women do. We just have to be right all the time. But you weren't talking about what I said on the podcast.
No.
You were actually talking about how many glasses I had actually had because I lost count.
That's correct.
That's what that was about.
So prior to the podcast, you had actually had
2.5.
2 drinks of wine.
2.5.
2 glasses of wine.
2.5. God damn it. Anyways,
Okay,
whatever.
but 2.5 is not 3.
It doesn't matter.
It's 2.5.
My sister said, and we think it helped. So apparently when I'm drunk, it helps me podcast.
There you go.
So that's the new standard.
That is funny.
Cheers.
Thank you, Superfan. Superfan.
Great email. And you know what? We absolutely love getting emails. So please, 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 pretty please send us in an email because I keep saying I, but I should be saying we. We absolutely love it.
I love being right. Oh, I mean, we love getting emails.
If you can take a second, I know everyone is so busy and that's a big ask, but we really do appreciate it.
I have a cat hair on my microphone.
It's like
She's all over the place.
It's like a condiment in our house. It's
Yeah.
just pet hair.
Look. It's like this hot dog with mustard and cat hair. Delicious.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, guess what time it is?
Is it wine of the week time?
Wine of the week time.
Woohoo! Okay.
Should I make that art? Yeah.
Sure. Okay. I'm really excited about this wine of the week.
Yes.
Okay.
There we are. You can kind of see it on the YouTube.
Well, what's it called for the people that aren't watching on YouTube?
I gotta get my glasses up because I can't
You're
read.
old, dude.
It is called Umberto Cesare Liano.
Ooh, good
Yes.
Italiano accent.
Thank you. It's a Cab-Sav blend.
Mm-hmm.
It's made just outside of Bologna, Italy. This wine was recommended
I love Italy.
by...
Can we go back to Italy, please?
Can you stop interrupting
Sorry.
me? I'm trying to finish.
Sorry. Go.
So this wine was recommended to us by Mike and Eri. Mike and Eri on Instagram, check them out. Mike and Eri recommended a couple of wines for us. We're going to try the first one, which is the Liano wine. It's a San Genovese Cabernet Sauvignon from Bologna, Italia. So we're very excited as the bell rings again to try this. So go check them out, Mike and Eri. They're now entered into our draw on Instagram. They do a lot of really funny short little videos. It's
Oh,
pretty,
cool.
pretty funny.
I need to check them out.
They're a little bit older than me, so it's like old-timey humor, which I really appreciate.
Is it like dad jokes?
Amazing dad jokes.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, so here we are.
Woo! Cool. This is so exciting because this is a bougie wine.
It
by
is
the way.
bougie, yeah.
How much was it?
This is about a $27, $28 bottle of wine at the Lickbo.
Yeah, so for our American friends, that's about $4.
Right. It's like €2.
That is expensive though. Like $27 is expensive for.
Yeah, you know what? It was.
So it's a bit bougie.
I spent quite a bit of time in the LCBO today looking for wines, so I'm excited about this. This is a smooth.
Hit me up, babe.
Hold on.
It's a
I'm just
smooth.
Sophisticated. That's all I read until I had to start pouring.
Well, here, let me take over your pouring duties.
But I can't. The bottle was what I was reading.
And we have our aerator on. Oh,
Yes.
Is that all I get? Okay, no, that's okay. That's good. That's a good start. I can have more
Okay.
later. Good. We're good. The aerator, as I mentioned in a previous episode, the aerator is fantastic. It puts air in the wine. It releases the aroma. It releases the taste, but it pours really friggin' slow.
Okay, so what's it smell like?
It smells like, it smells very full-bodied. It's like
Yes.
it's
So
like
this
a
is-
big smell.
It's a smooth.
I don't know if that's good or
Wait,
not.
wait, hold on. This is a good one.
Okay.
Because it's bougie, the description is a little bit bougie.
Okay.
Smooth, sophisticated wine that gives off power and personality combined with excellent persistence. What does that mean? What does it mean?
Excellent persistence.
Yes, it's
What?
rounded,
Oh my goodness.
Rounded.
That's hilarious.
intense and persistent bouquet, notes of vanilla, ripe fruits and spices. Perfect with grilled red meats and roasted game.
I feel like all red wines would be perfect with
Serve at 18 to 20 degrees Celsius.
with red meats. Okay, well that's very specific.
I gotta tell you, when you're drinking wine, I will eat Chinese food, I will eat red meats, I will eat pasta, I will eat
Barbecue chips.
barbecue
We've
chips,
established this
I will
already.
eat pizza,
Okay,
I
I'm
will
gonna-
eat chicken wings.
I'm gonna try it.
Go ahead, try
Ready?
it. See what you think. It's supposed to be very good. Mike says it's.
Oh shit, that is good.
Ooh, we got an oh shit.
Woo, I like it. I like it a lot. Dumb and Dumber reference for those people that were not aware. Ooh, it's good, right?
Boy. Ooh,
I like it. You know what? I feel like...
Where did the description, or the saying, ooh, Nelly, come from?
I don't know. It must be Scottish because of... Oh, no, that's Nessie, not Nelly. Sorry.
Nessie the Loch Ness Monster? Oh, Nessie, there she is in the water.
Sometimes I'm really ditzy, but I'm actually quite smart.
Right, it's the wine you had been drinking, actually.
Okay, hold on.
Hence the wine.
Oh
the wine.
my
He's
God.
very persistent.
Tucker, god damn it, stop ringing the bloody bell.
Melissa, I have to put explicit on this title again.
Sorry.
Gosh.
A bit of a potty mouth.
There goes your phone. How about the score on our wine scale? So we have number 1, grape stomped with dirty feet, which this is not. Number 2, prison water. Number 3, plain oatmeal. Number 4, meal replacement. And number 5, euphoric. Where would you? And we can do half and almost 3/4 sizes. And she's still.
Okay, I really taste the vanilla. Sort of. A note is a smell, so I can't. But
Isn't
I really
do. Isn't a note something in a song?
Yes, but it's also a smell in a wine.
Oh my
it's
God!
Like the
I feel like I'm
notes,
getting
the smell
educated
of.
as I listen to our show.
But I
participate in
I
our
really
show.
do taste sort of a slight vanilla-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, this wine is so good. I think I'm gonna like it's a 4.9.
Ooh boy! It has
It's
some
approaching.
excellent persistence.
It's it's approaching euphoric.
It's very, very
It's
excellent.
really good. I really like this.
I'm going to give it a
Which is-
4.85.
Which is unfortunate because it's $27 a bottle.
Yeah, right?
And we're used to buying like $12 a bottle of wine.
Well, let's do the math on that. The box we have there
You do the math. I can't do the math. You know that.
is $34. And you have 3 bottles of wine.
4 liters in that bottle. 4. Hold on. Let me double check the box. Let me refer to the box.
We've talked about it. Now we can actually show it on the camera as well.
Oh, you were right, my love. It is 3. It says 3 liters, but
3
there's...
liters, which equals 4 bottles.
There's 4 bottles
Correct,
pictured
because
there.
each bottle of wine is usually 750 milliliters.
I have no idea what that means. But anyways,
It's
how do you
3/4 of a
extrapolate...
liter.
How do you extrapolate that out into per bottle on that?
You have to divide by 4.
No, I know, but what's the amount?
Well, 34 divided by 4. Don't you have a phone? Don't you have a calculator?
Well, I dropped my phone on the floor, so...
It's less than $10 a bottle.
Okay, so that's usually what we drink, people. And we're now drinking $27 a bottle wine.
And it's worth it.
And it's really good.
But you know what? There
And now
are
I've been
also
spoiled.
look at that doesn't mean you have to spend $27 on a bottle. There are some excellent wines out there. That the one we drank last week, which is from Black Cellar. The Black Cellar
Oh, it was really good too.
Shiraz Cab. It was like $11, $10. It was not very expensive either.
Okay.
And it was amazing. We gave it a 4.5 last week.
Okay, so what you're saying is dollar amount does not equal quality necessarily.
No, absolutely not.
And you know what? This is from Italy, and
Yes.
so probably a lot of the cost is imports.
Import fees, yeah.
Import fees, right? Because it's
Exactly.
coming from Italy. Okay, makes sense.
Yes.
I like it though. Good
It's-
suggestion,
yes.
boys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Eri.
Love it.
Mike and Eri.
Yeah. So, normally what we do before we record
Yes.
is we cook some dinner, we put on music.
hmm
Actually, we do that almost every night when we're cooking dinner.
Yeah, I always put on music.
Yeah. Put on some music, we cook some dinner. We did things out of order tonight because we had to move our table and sort of rearrange our kitchen to do the recording that we're doing. So we didn't have that, but normally we do. And that brings up the fact that music is so very important
It's
to us.
super important in our life. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping it's the same in everybody else's life as well, because really, I think
Music is the food for the soul.
it sure is. It sure is. It can pick you up. It can make you feel better. And it's January. Let's face it, January sucks.
Oh my God, the weather
We're
lately
still,
has been
yeah,
terrible.
the weather has not been fun. And I'm telling you, weather needs to be good for everybody to be in a good mood. And today it was kind of cloudy and rainy, and it's been like that all week. I haven't really seen the sun.
And when I'm not feeling all that great, when I'm feeling a little down or whatever, music always picks me up. And there's so many songs that will speak to moments in my life.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
And in our life, and in marriage, in our marriage in general. So we thought, since we spend so much time listening to music, and usually, although not tonight was a little, like I said, it's
a little backwards, but we
order.
are going to put the music on after.
We are going to put the music on after when we make our pizza.
Yeah.
I'm looking very forward to that.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd take a little bit of time and talk about music and how it relates to relationships and stories that it brings up in our life. So we each sort of went through, well, we were supposed to come up with 10 of our favorite songs. Honestly,
that was the homework this week.
That was the homework. I could honestly come up with 9, not because I only have 9 favorite songs, but because when I got to the 10th spot, I was just like, my brain overloaded because I couldn't choose. I have so many artists, so many songs that are so important to me, I couldn't choose, so I was just like, screw it, I'm done. I have 9 and that's it.
Yeah, but I think this is easily going to be a 2 or 3 parter.
It could be.
I mean, I could come up with another 30, 40 songs. Easily.
Well, you know what? I could come up with songs infinity. I can't talk. Infinity.
Is that like songs times infinity?
Something like that.
All right.
Okay, the point
Fair.
is there's so many songs that are important to me for so many reasons. And some of the songs that I picked are important to me because they have come up in our 23 years.
Yeah.
And some of them just are cool, bloody stories.
Yeah, exactly. I've got some songs from both when we were married and when I was like prior to our marriage as well.
So what's really cool about these exercises that we do is that we don't know in advance what the other person is going to have. And so there's a surprise element and probably some feels, all the feels that come out.
All the feels.
All the feels.
And wait till the end of this whole little exercise and remind me because I'll probably forget. But I've got a good game for everybody to play afterwards that I'll talk about afterwards, and I think everybody will like it.
Yeah, and it's a good idea for relationship building.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we're not the experts.
We're not, but
This is a good idea. It's so much fun.
We have suggestions. We're allowed to put up suggestions.
Of course we are.
Yeah. So who wants to go first? Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. What's your first song? Okay, so also...
Not in any order, by the way.
Okay, but I'm saving my most favorite song for last.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's all cool.
So not in any particular order until the last song.
No, these are just songs that I thought of that popped in my head and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that song.
Okay.
Good song.
And you love them and you have a reason why.
Exactly, and I'll listen to it and some of these songs will bring me back to the exact moment in my life.
Okay.
Which is super cool.
What's your first one?
The first one is Upside Down by Jack Johnson.
Oh my goodness, I remember this song.
Yeah,
and I know
we've heard it 40,000 times.
I know why it's important.
Yeah, so okay. This was one of our kids' very first movies that they saw together in the theater with both of us. And it was it's on the Curious George soundtrack. Which if you have not seen that movie and you have young kids, take the time and watch it. It is a fantastic movie, better than the Smurfs, better than all those other things. Curious George was a staple for us growing up. And to see him live and animated and Will Ferrell doing the voice of the man in the yellow hat and Jack Johnson doing the entire soundtrack was amazing. And Upside Down was one of the songs, and the kids loved that song.
I'm getting emotional when you're talking about this
because it's so cool. It's a great album, and whenever I hear it, I sing along. It's good, and I don't know if we still have it, but obviously with Spotify and stuff, you're going to be able to find these albums, no problem.
So I have a playlist called Melissa's Awesome Songs. And Upside Down is definitely on it.
Yeah, it's a great song and one that definitely you know, has some renaissance, it resonates with me, not renaissances with me.
Usually it's me that's screwing up the words, but it's you
It's the
tonight.
Liano.
Okay, so my first one is The Weight. Do you know this song?
Yeah.
Take a load off fame.
Yeah.
Take a load for free.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is important to me because our son Owen, bless his heart,
Right.
is so gullible and so funny. And this song is one that Owen, we call them Owenisms.
Owenisms are the best.
Where he says something so completely ridiculous.
Okay,
like,
you have an Owenism. I'll bring one up after just to give you another example.
So with The Weight, take a load off Annie, which is her name. You know, have you ever watched those, or have you ever listened to those misheard lyrics? Sorry,
Yes.
well, I can't talk either. Those oh my God, misheard lyrics.
Yes,
there we
misheard
go.
Lyrics.
Okay, so my son had a misheard lyric, and he came up to me one day when I was listening to the song and said, when he was younger, "Mommy, this song is really cruel. Like, it's really not a nice song." And I thought, what? What are you talking about? And then he said to me, well, like, they're singing about a person who has weight issues. And I went, what? Well, the song is called The Weight. What are you talking about? And he went, "Take a load off, fatty." That's terrible. They're telling a fat person that they're fat. Take a load off, fatty. He thought Annie was fatty. And I laughed just hysterically. And I told everyone about it.
Yeah.
And so now when I listen to The Weight, I think about the innocence of that moment and my son
It's pretty fun.
thinking that the lyrics of the song was "take a load off fatty"
Yeah.
instead of "take a load off Annie."
So I have another Owenism while we're on the subject. So it was the Olympics a few years ago. This is a good one.
Oh, this is awesome.
And I mean, he's 18 years old. So he's
What was it, 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
So he was 16.
16.
People.
So
16 years old.
So he said, "Hey, do you know, watching the Olympics, they've got camera guys who can keep up with these fast runners, so they should be in the Olympics too, because they're just as fast."
Because he thinks the camera people run as fast.
They run as fast to record
As
the
the
guys
goal.
running a 100-meter dash.
Oh my God.
So he
You
thinks
know-
the camera people are as fast as Olympians.
In the South, they say, "bless his heart."
Yeah, bless his heart.
Which is sort of like code for, "oh my God, that child is really stupid." He's not stupid. He's just
Not street smart.
He's not worldly.
He's not worldly. Yeah.
So bless his heart.
Yeah, bless his heart.
Yeah. So that was my number one, The Weight.
Oh, I have to.
What's your
I have to
next
go
one,
next.
honey?
All right. I'm gonna say this one. This one's a good story. This is Van Halen, "Jump." So this is one of my songs, Melissa.
I know.
She's judgy.
I'm not a Van Halen.
Judgy.
I'm not a Van Halen fan.
Judgy.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Judgy.
Go, baby, go.
So I can recall specifically, this was one of my first albums that I received back in 1984. It was a big album with the little angel smoking a cigarette. You know exactly what the album cover looks
No,
like.
I don't, because I always hated Van Halen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's cool. It's cool. So Van Halen, "Jump," iconic song, and I will always remember this album. I remember this song. It was like #1 for 43 weeks in a row. It was bananas. Great song. I'll always love it. And I'm moving on because you don't like Van Halen.
And you know what? Maybe we should talk about, what do you do when your significant other doesn't like the music that you like? How do we...
I don't know. You just move on.
Well,
There's nothing you can do.
and
You don't
the thing
have
is
to
that
listen to it.
you can't blast music that the other person doesn't like.
It's true.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
So I think you need to like reserve those songs for your own private time.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
I can listen if I want to listen to "Jump" by Van Halen and that whole album, which is a fantastic album, by the way.
Whatever.
You can listen to that in your car on the way to work.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome,
Okay. So
Daniel-san.
The next one I have is Folsom Prison. Johnny Cash, the great.
Like the album?
The GOAT.
Or what? Is there a
The
specific
GOAT.
song?
No, Folsom Prison is the song.
Oh, okay.
And Johnny Cash sang it.
Okay.
And the reason why this one is so huge to me and so important to me is because my love of music was instilled in me by my father, who is the greatest man in the entire world. I'm going to get emotional. I always remember when I was a little girl, on Sundays was always our chore day, and you know, there was always Johnny Cash playing, and many other country greats. Hank Williams Jr. Merle Haggard. I could go on forever. These people were always playing very, very loudly in our house when it was Sunday chore day. And Folsom Prison is one of my daddy's favorite songs. And here's a fun fact, people, and this is so cool, and I will talk about this until the day that I die. So Johnny Cash proposed to June Carter at a concert that was held in London, Ontario, which is our birthplace. We don't live in London right now, but Strathroy is very close to London, Ontario. It's where I work, it's where I was born, it's where I was raised. And in 1968, Johnny Cash proposed to June Carter on the stage in London, Ontario. This is a well-known fact. What is not a well-known fact, and what is completely amazing, is that my dad and my mom were at that concert.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, that was really loud, but every time I tell this story, I get so excited. So my dad was born in 1937. He's going to be 86 this year. So he was 31 years old when this happened. My mom is going to be 81 this year. She was born in 1942 and she was 26. And they were at this concert when Johnny Cash proposed to June Carter. Folsom Prison is one of my dad's favorite songs. We had a huge bash for my dad's 80th birthday, and my dad came up and we had a live band
that's
there.
right. Yeah.
And my dad came up and sang this song at his 80th birthday. This song will always hold the most special place in my heart. I need to get this recording from my brother. My brother has this recording of my dad singing Folsom Prison. So anyways, this was a very long story, but a very amazing story of how my dad and mom were present at the concert where Johnny Cash proposed to June Carter, and this is one of my favorite songs.
And in the movie Walk the Line,
great movie.
Yeah, they actually have a segment in that movie where it says Ontario, Canada. They don't.
They don't say it's London. I don't think they say it's London.
They just say Ontario, Canada.
But it was London. It was London.
And that's where, the London. Well, it was a London. I don't even know if there was a London Gardens back then.
I don't even know.
It was previous to that.
All I know is that my parents were there.
Yeah, that's pretty great. That's a pretty great story.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to turn my phone back on because that story was so long.
Sorry, it was long.
It's all good.
But it was an amazing story. I mean, who can say that their parents were at the proposal of Johnny Cash to June Carter?
Right. Not too many.
Right?
My next song is a little bit obscure, but I'm sure you've heard it. Snoopy and the Red Baron.
That's a great song.
Yeah, I don't know who sings it. Yep, I used to have the 45 of that when I was young. And the record player I used to play it on, it had like a little plexiglass thing and the lights flashed every time there like someone hit the.
Did you dance to it? I bet you did.
No, but I put up the microphone and I was pretended I sang. It was like a karaoke.
It's like a risky business moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm picturing it in my head.
Yeah.
In your underwear.
Yeah. Now picture I'm 8.
Hot.
Yeah, and I was 8.
Okay. Okay, I take that back. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. And shut up.
I used to listen to that song all the time, and I honestly don't know. And if anybody in the audience knows what that is, please let me know. I can probably look it up, but I don't really want to right now. So.
All right. Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. So I have another Johnny Cash, June Carter.
Yes.
The song is Jackson.
Yeah.
Great song.
Good song.
And you know why I love this song? Also for my dad's 80th birthday, we had a live band, and you and I performed this as a duet, and we rocked it. Oh my God, it was, thank you. It was so good, because not a lot of people know this. The people that know me know that in my, not so much now, but in my younger days, and I could be if I wanted to again, but I was a singer. I was in high school, I was in an a cappella group called the Six Chicks, and I sang at weddings and all types of events. And so singing has always been a huge part of my life, but not many people know that my amazing husband, who is so handsome, is also an incredible singer. And it's true. And we did this song, Jackson, as a duet for my dad's 80th birthday, and it was so great. And I love this song, and I just, every time I hear it, I remember doing that duet with you, and it just brings back.
I can't tell you the amount of times I listened to Jackson just to practice on the way back and forth.
It's
nailed
fond
that.
memories, fond
It was
memories.
so much fun.
You did nail it. It was amazing. You were so good.
Thank you, baby. So are you.
So that's my choice for a favorite song.
Yes.
What have you got next?
Next song I have, oh boy, so good. One of the best albums of all time. And this is one of those songs from that album. And the song is Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah. I remember listening to that. Me and my buddy, we used to listen to that non-stop, that album. That whole album.
One of the greatest albums of
Two little white
all
kids.
time.
Two little white kids listen to Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Greatest
Crazy,
album
right?
of all
But
time.
one of the best albums of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And we love that song when Vincent Price comes on. It's now a Halloween classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But every song on that album is just incredible. But that song in particular, I remember we used to always mimic Vincent Price's.
Remember the video to that song?
Oh, it was groundbreaking.
It was like a short movie. It was so good.
It was like 35 minutes long.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was one of. Whew, I remember that. It was so much fun just to listen to that album all the time, and it was incredible. And again, those were albums. It was vinyl. It wasn't CD. It was.
But albums
have
have come back
They have.
into fashion.
Back into
A
fashion.
trend.
Yeah.
Well, not fashion, because whatever.
Well, that's just
we don't wear them.
That's an expression.
Yes, they've come back into being relevant.
Yes, they are relevant now.
Yeah. Okay, I've talked about my love of Gord Downie. And my love of the Tragically Hip. And so Wheat Kings is one of my absolutely most favorite songs in the entire world. And I can't really relate this to our relationship, but what I can relate it to is the fact that for 15 years of my career, I was involved in criminal law. And so this particular song, if you don't know, is about David Milgaard. David Milgaard served 23 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. And, if he...
You sound very lawyerish right now.
I know, but if
But it's
he
good,
lived,
but you're absolutely 100% correct.
if he lived in the States, in a state where they have the death penalty...
He would have been executed.
He would have been executed, and he was completely innocent. And so if you're wondering, oh my god, if you're wondering what Wheat Kings is a reference to, it's the farmers in Saskatchewan where the crime took place. So this is a crime where, very, very sadly, a young child was raped and murdered. And it was in Saskatchewan. So Saskatchewan is where the crime took place, and so it was in reference, so Wheat Kings is in reference to the farmers in Saskatchewan where the crime, wait a minute, I might have already mentioned this, where the crime took place.
Yeah, you just said that.
So
it's all good.
They were known as the Wheat Kings, and they were known as the Wheat Kings after developing a particular strain of wheat that fueled the area. Like it was really big. And so that's why the song is called We Kings. But if you listen to the lyrics, and my favorite line, you know what my favorite line is. Say my favorite line.
What, Zippo lighter? You see
No,
the
no.
killer's face?
Well, that's true, because David Milgaard said that in the Zippo lighter that he was holding, it was
he saw the reflection
he
of
saw
the
the
killer.
reflection of the killer.
It's crazy, right?
But a nation whispers.
Oh, yeah.
We always knew he'd go
Yeah,
free.
thanks, Canada.
Yeah. So, and
Here's what I have some advice. Develop your voice. If you have
Right.
something to say,
right?
if you don't agree with it, you're allowed to say something. It's allowed.
Well, and as Canadians, we're very reserved.
Yes.
And so when we disagree with something, instead of shouting and pounding our fists, we are very reserved. So we whisper. We always knew he'd go free. Anyways, if you have not listened to that song, please look up Wheat Kings by the Tragically Hip.
That's one of their
David
best.
Milgaard.
Yeah. It's on Fully Completely.
One of my most favorite songs. So
Yes.
again, that was a very long story. It has nothing to do with our marriage, but it just is important in my life because
Well, your life is important to my life
I have
because we're married and
I have
such.
passion for people for representing people who are oh my goodness, that sounded terrible. What was that?
Those are my glasses.
For people who are accused of committing terrible crimes when they're actually innocent. All right, you pick up your glasses, honey, because you're going to need to put them on to know what the next song on your list is.
Right, I can only see out of one eye because I lost a lens. There we go. This one is awesome. This one is awesome. I love listening to it. I've been, like, all week, I've been just looking for different live versions of it. It's Where the Streets Have No Name by U2. I've always loved the song.
One of my favorites.
So I was very fortunate enough, back in the Joshua Tree Tour in the 80s, I'm going to say 1987-ish,
Okay.
I got to see U2 on the Joshua Tree Tour in Exhibition Stadium when I was like 16 years old.
Okay, just hold on a second.
Yes.
I cannot goddamn believe that you saw U2 live.
I've seen them twice, actually.
Oh, fuck off. I
This is
cannot
definitely
believe that.
explicit.
Like, honestly, you saw U2 live.
Twice.
I'm laughing at you because you have one lens in your
No,
glass.
I have to like squint. There we go.
I'm sorry.
Looks like I'm winking weirdly. Okay, so Where the Streets Have No Name, I can firmly recall. Firmly recall. We're in the stadium, Exhibition Stadium in Toronto, and it was the very first song, and it was amazing. My mind blew up as the lights did. But I remember hearing that song for the very first time in the back of our van, which was like 40 feet long, it was silver and red, and my parents named it aptly the Silver Fox. And we all have a bench seat to sleep on.
Wait a minute.
on
Your
long trips.
parents
Yes.
listened to you too?
No, I had a Walkman.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there was
With the cassette.
I'm pretty sure there was choir music and like religious music playing in the van.
No, but my brother had it, and I borrowed it from him
Okay.
on the way home from
I
my
understand.
grandparents, and I listened to it, and my mind was blown. So I must have been like 15, and then we saw them in September the following year, and I was like, oh my goodness, it was amazing. It was the most amazing experience, one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life. I mean, it was just to see that band live.
I'm jealous.
I know.
I'm a little jelly.
Little jelly, but it was so good, and that was easily my favorite song in that concert. Because, first of all, it was my very first concert. Blown away.
Yeah. Since we're talking about very first concerts,
Yes.
my next song on my list is The Verve,
Oh yeah, nice.
Bittersweet Symphony.
Oh,
And so this does bring us back to our marriage. And when we first started dating, Fred, as a surprise for me, bought me tickets to see The Verve. They were in Hamilton, Ontario. And it was the first real concert that I got. I'd say real because, you know, I had seen various bands at like the fair and stuff like that, but it wasn't like a real concert venue.
And usually bands at the fair are like 30 years past their prime.
You're right. So this was the first, and at that time, so many years ago, that was like 25, 26 years ago. At that time, the Verve was really, really huge. And so Bittersweet Symphony was one of our favorite songs when we were dating. And you bought, as a surprise for me, you bought tickets to the concert in Hamilton. And then, oh my God, how sweet is this? So a couple of years ago for my birthday, you had saved the tickets for that. And you had put it, I didn't even know you saved the tickets to that. You had, I don't know, you put them in the special box.
It's called my treasure box.
Treasure box.
So where I keep all my memories.
Okay, so this is going to tell you how bloody amazing and sweet and romantic my husband is. I'm such a lucky woman. He got those tickets and sent them to a company who made a pillow. So it's a pillow. It's an outdoor pillow for our outdoor patio, and it's the ticket of the Verve, Bittersweet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Verve. I don't know what the concert was called, but the song, our favorite song that we listened to was Bittersweet Symphony.
Right.
But that concert that we attended, you had that ticket turned into a pillow.
Yeah.
That I will then have for the rest of my life.
And it's got the seat numbers on it and everything.
It's got the seat numbers and everything.
The row.
I mean, seriously, people, how amazing is my husband?
Hey, hit me up on Twitter if you want to know how to do that.
Yeah.
I'll help you out.
Yeah, seriously. If you want some tips on how to be romantic and how...
Brownie bonus points.
Like, seriously, on how to get bonus points with your significant other, hit my hubby up because he's really good at it.
Yeah, kind of good. That's a good one though. That was fun. That was, and I love just doing that stuff because it's awesome.
I loved it.
What are we at?
I don't know.
We better wrap it up real quick so we have like 2 more songs each, and then we'll go to part 2. Okay.
Okay.
So I can't even read this because I'm like squinting out of one eye. Okay. So I have 2 more. This one we like to play every week in our house just because it's fun. And I dare anyone not to beat the drums.
I know what this is.
When the drum solo comes on.
Yep.
Like 3/4 of the way into the song. It's In the Air Tonight.
In the Air Tonight, yeah.
By Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Owen hates it.
Yeah. Only because he's heard it like a million times.
Yes, but because it's a great song. I could listen to it at least once a day. Right. And it would be fine. Also, a number of numerous great live versions. I love finding the live stuff out there, by the way. Either on YouTube, on Spotify, it's all out there and you really need to find it. And it's a great song. I remember listening to that song way, way long ago when it first came out.
Awesome.
Great song.
Sweet chop. Okay, so...
And if you see someone, say it's playing innocent stores everywhere, if you see someone in a store who doesn't raise up their arms and do the bum ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, you need to have a conversation with them.
Right? What is wrong with them?
Yeah. You need to stop them and say, do you not know what song is on? You need to do the drum solo.
Also, what's really cool about that song is there's so many urban legends surrounding it.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that.
About what the song is about and all of that.
Just listen to the lyrics and people say, oh, is Phil Collins getting back at someone?
Yeah,
it's actually just the lyrics.
They're all urban legends.
We should probably do a show on urban legends. That would be fun.
I don't know what that has to do with marriage, but sure.
It has to do with drinking. Drinking wine. Once you drink wine, you talk about stuff.
All right, we only
like
have
urban legends.
Okay, but we only have 2 left, and we gotta go. Okay, so oh my God, I have so many more, but
that's what we're doing in part 2 and 3.
Since it's wine and marriage on the wall behind us, I have to talk about At Last, Etta James.
Yes.
That was our first dance song at our wedding, At Last. Again, another amazing romantic gesture. I may have talked about this in a previous episode.
Yes, you did.
But my husband put the
You
lyrics.
can say Fred, because people know who I am at this point of our show.
Fred put the lyrics to At Last, or some of the lyrics to At Last, up
Yeah.
above our bed.
Yes.
Our fun room. Sorry, that just sort of slipped out.
Yeah, it's so much fun sleeping.
But you know what? Etta James, At Last, At Last, my love has come along. So a lot of people might not know this about me, but I was married before Fred. Fred is my mulligan, my do-over. I finally got it right the second time. My first marriage, not so much.
So it's really At Last, I got
My
lucky.
love has come along.
Oh, there you go.
My lonely days are over, for you are mine at last. One of my favorite songs. It's a beautiful song, and it's very important in our marriage, so that's on my list.
It's a good one.
All right, your last one.
My last one, this also has to do with our kids, because you know what, I still have like 47 other songs I can talk about.
Oh my God, we could go on forever.
I know,
about
it's so
this.
much fun. This would be like a 3-hour podcast, but we're just going to go like for an hour this evening. My last one, I remember specifically, this was our kids' first concert.
Oh my God.
So we were big Eric Church fans
Eric
way
Church,
back when.
yeah,
and we actually took the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Valentine's Day gift, I believe.
I believe
It
so.
was
How
on
old were
Valentine's.
they? How old were they?
Owen was maybe 7.
Yeah,
So
and
Luke
I
would
think
have been
Lucas
9.
was 9. Yeah, I
so
think
we took them to Eric Church, and it was downtown London, and it was they were easily the youngest people there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what was awesome was I had played it so much in the car because I really enjoyed the album, and I really enjoyed Eric Church at that time, and they knew every single word. Owen was singing along, and people around him were like, what is going on with this kid?
Actually, there was people behind us that commented on how amazing it was that these kids knew every word to every song.
Owen was like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
Dad, and the song specifically, Dad, it's Homeboy.
You
And
know
I
what was
remember
really
looking at
hilarious?
how excited he was.
You know what was really hilarious about that concert is behind Eric Church was a giant Canadian flag, except that the maple leaf was a marijuana leaf.
Right.
And we took our 7 and 9-year-old